So very good morning to all. So today we are going to talk about the unit 2 or hydrological concept and the source of water. So in that unit we are going to discuss about the hydrological concepts, hydrological cycles, what is meant by precipitation, what are its types of precipitations are there, and then rainfall measurements, rainfall indices, source of water and types of sources. So source of water is means what are the different types of sources which is available in our earth surface, and intakes is which is a beautiful structure we are going to study. It is a very interesting topic. So these are the things we are going to discuss today. In that first one, engineering hydrology. So it's nothing but the engineering hydrology, hydro plus ology. So hydro means it is a water, ology it is a science. It is a group of science, or it is a study of science. So we are going to study the water or science of water. That means hydrology means science of water. We are going to study in depth knowledge of water. It is in the view of science. And then, so what is hydrology? So hydrology is the science that includes the occurrence, distribution, movement and properties of water. That means where it is occur, how it is distributed, where it's take movement from one place to another place, and what are the properties when the water gets movement from one place to another place, how its property gets changed in the earth surface. These are the things are includes in the hydrology, and their relationships with the environments. It's nothing but when the water is flowing from one place to another place, the characteristics it's fully changed. For example, if the source of water is available in the Himalaya, the water is transferred from the Himalaya to Tamil Nadu, the entire topographical area, the water transfer from the entire topographical area with different types of soils. So the characteristics of water gets changed when it's fully depends upon the where its flow occurs. So it's fully related to the environment. So hydrology is nothing but the occurrence, distribution, movement and properties of water in the earth surface, and then relationship with the environment within the each phase of hydrological cycle. Let me explain about the hydrological cycle later. Before that, what are the things we are going to study? Already I have discussed in the hydrology how the water will occur, how it is distributed. Distributed means nothing but the one place to another place. How it is circulated. These are the things. It's the basic things of the study of hydrology. And then there is a two different categories. Different categories means two different domains are there in hydrology. Surface water hydrology and groundwater hydrology. There is a two different domains. In surface water hydrology, for example, every water except atmospheric and groundwater, these are that type of waters are comes under the surface water. And groundwater, the water which is available below the earth surface, it is a groundwater hydrology. See, I have already said hydrological cycle. Here is a hydrological cycle. It is a process of it is a cyclic process. So see here the precipitations. So precipitation from the sky level. So precipitations and then filtration to runoff to evaporation to condensation, and then precipitation. It is a cyclic process. Then only we have called as the hydrological cycle. So let me explain in detail. See this figure. In this precipitation, first of all, the surface water gets evaporated due to heavy sunlight, gets evaporated and transported into the sky level, and then it gets condensation. After condensation, the precipitation will occur. After precipitation, the collected water, some amount of water is collected by the earth surface, and some amount of water transfer one place to another place. The process of transferring one place to another place of water is called as the runoff. So this is a cyclic process. That is why we are called as the hydrological cycle. And then, so what are the basic components of hydrological cycle? Basic components of hydrological cycle is nothing but there is 9 different components are there. So one, the main thing is precipitation. Another one is the runoff. Another one is evaporation, condensation, transpiration, evapotranspiration, infiltration, depression, storage and interception. These are the things are the very basic components of the hydrological cycle. See, basic components, there is 9 different components are there: precipitation, runoff, evaporation, condensation, transpiration, evapotranspiration, filtration, depression, storage, and interceptions. These are the very basic components these are the very basic components of the hydrological cycles. So see, the first one, precipitation. So precipitation is nothing but the fall of moisture from the atmosphere to the earth surface. Fall of moisture is nothing but the fall of moisture in the form of rain, in the form of water, so whatever it may be. So it is a fall of moisture from the earth surface, from the atmosphere to the earth surface. It is in any form. For example, rain, hail, snow, sleet, glaze, drizzle, and snowflakes, whatever it may be. So the moisture comes from the atmosphere and it reaches to the earth surface. It is called as a precipitation. Especially, and the second one, runoff. It is a water flowing over the land, making its way towards the lake, river, ocean, etc. as a surface or subsurface water. Even subsurface water also gets transferred from one place to another place. Not only the surface water only get runoff from one place to another place. Even surface water also gets transferred from one place to another place. So the flow of water from one place to another place is called as the runoff. The another one, evaporation. So evaporation, it is a process due to the high temperature, high earth, sunlight, the water gets evaporated and the liquid form of the form of water is the liquid. The liquid is converted into the gaseous portion. That is the process is called evaporation. So see the evaporation definition. It is a conversion of natural liquid, that means the water, like water, into the gaseous form like air. So the process of conversion of water into the air, it is called as evaporation. The evaporation happens in the water bodies. And the another one is a condensation. So here the air gets condensed and it is converted into the water. So it is the conversion of vapor or gas to a liquid. That means the air converted into the liquid. The water vapors evaporated from the water bodies like ocean, sea, river, lake, pond, in different types of surface water bodies. These vapors after reaching the height of around 20 kilometers in the sky undergo condensation and forms clouds. These later precipitate as a rain, fog, etc. After condensation, the moisture comes to the earth's surface. So the next component is transpiration. So transpiration is nothing but the evaporation takes place from the plant. So it is the evaporation taking place from any plant or greeneries. A water droplet of the green getting evaporated into the atmosphere. The evapotranspiration, it is a combination of evaporation and transpiration. So evaporation is the conversion of natural liquid into the gas. Transpiration is the evaporation taking place in the greenery surface or in the tree or plant, whatever it is. It is the greenery surface. The combination of evaporation and transpiration is called as the evapotranspiration. The next one, infiltration. It is the process of filtration of water, that means the precipitated water, into the inner layer of the soil based on its structure and nature. So why it is here I have mentioned the structure and nature means some type of soils doesn't allow the water to pass over them. So it fully depends upon the structure and nature of the soil. So the infiltration in soil like sand, gravel, and porous materials is more than for fine soil. The fine soil doesn't allow the water to pass over them. So the coarse material, the water easily get infiltrated and reaches to the ground level. So and the another one is a depression storage. See here the images shows that this is the depression storage. So it is a part of the precipitation requires to fill the depression zone on the lands. So on the ups and downs in the earth surface. And interception is nothing but the part of precipitator required to wet the surface of soil, buildings, and all pervious surface. For example, the rock structure. These are the things are the previous surfaces. So these are the 9 basic components of the hydrological cycle. The another one is a precipitation. So precipitation, it is a process by which the all form of water reaches back to the earth surface from the atmosphere. So precipitation occurs in the any form: rain, frost, hail or dew. I have already said these the things. So first one is rain. So why it is called as the rain? Which one is called as the rain? It is a right one. Which one is called as the rain? So rain is the form of precipitation that is in the form water drops is larger than the 0.5 mm. The maximum droplet of the rain is 6 mm. So the minimum size of the rain is 0.5 mm. The maximum size of the water droplet is 6 mm. It is called as the rain. Okay. The second one is snow. The snow consists of the ice crystal in a flaky forms. Flaky forms means the average density of the snow is 0.1 gram per cc. It is also one of the important form of the precipitation. Even in the European countries, the snow it is a very biggest issue during Jan, February, and even in the March also. Snow is the very serious issue. The another one is a drizzle. So which one is called as the drizzle? See, the first images shows the upper images, top images shows the snowfall. The second images shows the drizzling. Drizzling means it is the same as like a water, but the size of the droplet is less than 0.5. If the water droplet size is 0.5 to 6 mm, it is called as the rain. Is less than 0.5, it is called as the drizzle. See the next one, glaze. Glaze is nothing but the freeze rain. The glaze is formed when the rain or drizzle comes into the contact with the cold ground at around 0 degrees Celsius. The normal temperature of the earth's surface is 0 degrees Celsius. The rain, it is a normal rain. When it is come from the atmosphere to reaches the earth level, it is converted into the glaze. That means freezing. The freezing action also takes place in the 0 degrees Celsius. And sleet. Sleet is the frozen raindrop formed when the rainfall passes through the air at sub-freezing temperature. Sub-freezing temperature is nothing but below 0 degrees Celsius. And then hail. Hail is nothing but hail is the type of the showery precipitation in the form of petlets. So that means that the size of the rain water droplet is greater than 8 mm. So the another one is types of precipitations. There is 3 different categories, 3 different types of precipitations. Precipitation occurs when the moisture air mass undergo condensation. It is a process happens when the air is cooled and saturated with the same amount of moisture. The precipitation is classified into 3 different types. So one is a cyclonic, another one is a convective, and another one is a orographic precipitations. See, the first one, cyclonic precipitations. It is a region in the atmosphere with a large low pressure having a circular wind motion. The cyclonic precipitation is caused by the movement of moisture air mass to this region due to the difference in pressure. The main thing is due to difference in pressure between the earth surface to the atmospheric pressure, the condensation, that means the cyclonic precipitations definitely occurs. So in that cyclonic precipitation, there is 2 different types of sub classifications. One is a frontal, another one is a non-frontal precipitations. The next one, convective precipitations. The air above the land area gets heated. These convective precipitations occurs only in the summer, generally in India. In India, the convective precipitations occurs in the summer season. That means pre-monsoon seasons. So due to the high temperature of land area, the water and air gets heated and then transferred to the atmosphere. So after that, the rainfall occurs. The orographic precipitation generally occurs in the hilly regions. Then, so this is the table shows the type of rainfall, and the type of rainfall is fully depends upon the intensity. For example, we are going to classify the types of classify the rainfall. So here there is 3 different classification. One is light, moderate, and heavy. It depends upon the intensity. The intensity of rainfall for light rainfall, it is 0 to 2.5 mm per hour. If it is range between 2.5 to 7.5, it is a moderate type of rainfall. It is greater than 7.5 mm per hour, It is a heavy rainfall. It is a very important one, water balance equation. So as per the water balance equation, the sum of inflow of water is equal to sum of outflow of water. So this is a balance one. Sum of inflow equal to sum of outflow. It is a balance. If it's vary, the balance gets disturbed. So out of this process, out of the three processes, precipitation, runoff and evaporation, inflow, infiltration, we get the equation precipitation minus runoff is equal to evaporation. That means precipitation equal to evaporation plus runoff. So this is the water balance equation. The simple concept is water balance equation is sum of inflow is equal to sum of outflow. The next one, measurements. So how can I measure the total quantity of runoff, even by using the buckets or like this kind of vessels? How can I measure it? So we cannot easily measure by using this without any measurements, without any indications. We are not going to simply measure the rainfall with using these kind of vessels and buckets. For that purpose, we have two different rain gauges. Rain gauges is nothing but the measuring device. Rainfall rain gauges. One is a non-recording rain gauges, another one is a recording rain gauges. Here it shows the diagram shows the non-recording rain gauges. These rain gauges just collect the rainwater but do not record the quantity of rainwater. How much amount of rainwater it is collected. After collecting process, after completing the collecting process, then only we are going to measure then how much amount of water it's collected. So this type of rain gauges is called as the non-recording rain gauges. So its shape covers the circular in shape. The circular shape collecting the area of 2.7. That means the top portion is the total dia of the top portion is 12.7 centimeter. That means 127 mm. And then the rim of the collector is set in the horizontal plane at a height of 30 centimeter, 30.5 centimeter. The height of the bottle is the total height of the setup is 30.5 centimeter above the ground level. The another one is a recording rain gauges. What is the difference between non-recording and recording rain gauges? Even in recording rain gauges, the quantity of rainwater has been recorded during the collection process, during the collecting process. For example, see, I'm showing the diagram or dipping bucket diagram. So the top portion is used to collect the quantity of rain, that means the rainfall. After that, the rainwater transferred and were collected in the measuring jar. Here the measuring jar has the measurements, how 1, 2, 3 and 4 up to 15 or 10 up to that. So this portion which is used to collect the rainfall, after that the collected water transferred to the measuring jar. So during this process we can easily find out how much amount of rainfall has been recorded in the particular area. So this is the huge difference between the recording and non-recording rain gauges. So the another one is a very important thing, selection of rain gauge stations. In that, how can I select the particular type of rain gauges? For example, if I am selecting the non-recording, why I am selecting the non-recording in a particular area? If I am selecting the recording rain gauges, why? What is the reason behind that? Why doesn't use for non-recording rain gauges in the cities or towns, whatever? So in a selection of rain gauge station, the groundwater, that means the ground must be level and in the open area. We are going to install the rain gauges in the area. The ground must be level, should be level and in the open area. The instrument must be represent the horizontal catch surface. So there is no inclination, there is no deviation in the surface of the earth. So we have to keep the rain gauges in a smooth horizontal area. The another one, the rain gauges must be set as near the ground as possible to reduce the wind effect. If it is wind effect is high, definitely the rain gauges gets disturbed due to the wind flow. For that reason, we have to keep the rain gauges in a some safety precautions. For example, it does not affected by the wind. So that is the main goal. The another one, the rain gauge must be set sufficiently high to prevent the slapping and folding, the flooding, etc. So the next one,